There are no secrets in conference play. They know you, you know them, and there's always a little trickle of bad blood here and there, particularly when both teams are ranked as these two are in this one. The Wolverines will put total leather to crank us up. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sunday.
Yeah, these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent. Both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks. David, this one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names. You know, brand versus brand. Big-time baller versus big-time baller. Trying to come out on top.
He's loose. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun, they give it to the back. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Going for it all. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go? We've got pass interference, but this time it's on the offense. They'll line up for a second down play. To the air. It's Hart. Bringing the heat. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Wide open downfield. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
We knew this offense wanted to come out here and let it rip through the air. This QB is in a beautiful rhythm early. Nice job with his footwork and his eyes, and he completes a big one there. Get this offense humming.
Big play offense, and it has them threatening now. 1st and 10 from the 25. They'll leave it with him. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Sets up the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. More than 100,000 making their presence felt. A huge third down here in the big house. And the catch along the sideline will come up a little short of the first down. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Not a chance. Missed it. And guys, after the miss, no change in the score. So Michigan's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Makes the catch. Such a big part to convert these third downs, and they've got it at the 42. And the Wolverines getting set on 1st and 10. They'll send the back in motion. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's Hansen. Let's take a minute to talk about Michigan. Top 5 up to this point is really good. It's staying there. As we get closer to the playoff, it becomes a huge challenge.
They just need to focus on winning right now. They're in position as a top 5 team to reach the college football playoff, but you've got to keep winning, and that's got to be the mindset. And coming into today, they have to bring their A game to the field.
And we're still in the middle of the season, so there's so many ways to still make a good impression for this squad, and we still have conference championships for some. We have great matchups that will decide, just like we've seen in past years, right? Comes down the stretch, who's playing the best.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Got his man quickly. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. He's got the back in the middle. There he goes. They get him down with this offensive setup. 1st and goal from the 9. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Both sides trying to find a little rhythm and efficiency and move the ball some here as we start the 2nd quarter. Back to pass. Got out of trouble and throws. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
You've got great field position here. You got to pay it off. Who is your go-to receiver that can make a play in this situation?
Motion from the wide receiver. And they can't make the play on 3rd down. They'll send out the kicker here. And this one shouldn't be too taxing, a 23-yard try. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
Well, this team knew coming into tonight's game they had to get momentum early, playing at home. They want to get the crowd into it, so you get a beautiful drive here to start this thing. You would have liked to cap it off with a touchdown, but listen, you set yourself up for a field goal, you knock it through the uprights, you've got the lead, everything right now looking good.
Handoff to the lone back. Rumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point.
Breaks into the open. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now 2nd down. Dragged down at the 43, but it's a pickup of 10 on that one. Now on 1st down from the 43. Might as well give it to him again. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
He'll pull it down and run.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the 1st down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
Got enough for the 1st, and he's still going. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Down to the 12-yard line, it's 1st down. They'll give it to the back. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The give to the left. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Looking for the score. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down. comfortable field goal range. They could tie the game, but instead they'll go for it on 4th down. And the pass is incomplete, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see if the offense gets a reprieve.
That's just a mental error. On defense, you got to watch the ball. I understand the quarterback shouting and he's clapping and there's all this crowd noise, but you just got to hone in, watch the football before you come out of your stance.
Lets it go to the end zone. Makes the catch and gets the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They'll start this drive with a chance to regain the lead, down 7-3. Leaves it with the back. Picks his way ahead, pick up of 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Finds his big tight end. And he converts on 3rd down as he gets it out to the 26. The Wolverines will snap it on 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Buys a little time with his feet. Creates a little space. Oh, the sweet feet. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35. They just dialed up one big play. Let's see if they've got another one on 1st and 10 from the 35. Use the play fake. Now to throw. A strike downfield. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. And the Wolverines didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he runs it impossible. Touchdown, Wolverines. What a run for this playmaker to just elude the defense and get in for the score.
And I tell you what, defensively, you can't let this guy get on the edges. You cannot give up contain. Your defensive ends, you got to stay outside. You got to make sure you know this guy's going to scramble and try to make plays, and you got to make sure you keep him in the pocket.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A pair of top 15 teams throwing haymakers today. Let's show you the very latest. Auburn has the lead right now, but I'd hold off on that celebration over at Toomer's Corner for the moment. This one is not over. They're up by 13 over Kentucky. Games like these just mean more in the SEC, and we'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should see.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Back to pass, it's Hart. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. It's incomplete, and they tried to get one on the board before the break and couldn't quite make the connection. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, one half in the books, and I am eagerly looking forward to that second half in Ann Arbor. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that said, let's send it back to the fellas in the booth at Michigan Stadium.
On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. First play from scrimmage, and they'll keep it on the ground. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
They'll try the run, and maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
And now the offense will come onto the field again. Leaves it with the running back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy.
Oh, it's picked off. Oh, at the worst possible time. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play. Give to the running back. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wondered maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
The Wolverines are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Oh, they're after him. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy.
And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs. The give to the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
Big noise in the big house for this huge third down play. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They'll move the tight end. They feed him again. Oh, he's got some space. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working. And the Wolverines, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Looking downfield on first down. Punch it out of the air. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. Pulls it in. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Marsh. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. He almost had the pick, and that could have given them a boost. Instead, it'll be third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And the incomplete pass on third down, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's about. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. Right down the boulevard. They double their lead up to 6 here in the third quarter.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he's coming out of the end zone. He's brought down to the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. So guys, we'll see this offense again. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. They'll move the wide receiver. Scanning the field, it's Hart. Makes the grab. Oh, what a cut! Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
You've got to give the O-line a lot of credit there. there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. The run to the right. He made the first guy miss, but there were too many dudes coming to help, and they stopped him behind the line.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the right. Working the middle. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the first down. Pass completion moves the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Dropping back, it's Hart. Lets it fly deep downfield. To the end zone, and it's picked off.
And if you're the quarterback, you might want to stop throwing that guy's way. I mean, you knew coming into this game, David, he's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. He is literally living in this quarterback's head rent-free.
And so nice to have a guy like this that can cut off half the field, because now you can put resources elsewhere. He's proven, if you try me, bad things are going to happen.
Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. And the Wolverines come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff, where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
3rd and short now. They snap it from their own 46. Motion from the wideout. To the ground with the back. He's not going to get there, and this defense really needed a stop like that. The Wolverines send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. And the offense takes the field, ready to go back to work. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Quick strike complete. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with the first down.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, how about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop his momentum. Right on the numbers where he can catch it, keep running, and chew up some yards after the catch.
Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Wants to throw. It's Hart. Fires to the big fella.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something in.
Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. finds his tight end. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
I love the QB here. He holds it, he holds it, he holds it just long enough to let the receiver run the drag route, and then he puts it out in front of him so he can catch it on the run in stride and then turn upfield to use his speed.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. They just keep firing. Fakes the grab. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
These are simple routes, the drag routes that go across the field, but they actually can turn into huge plays. You see all the speed on the outside now, wide receiver. You get in his hands quick, he can go make a play, make one guy miss, and maybe next time he can make an even bigger game.
And they're looking for a fourth-quarter lead, and they'll need a touchdown to do it. First and goal. The give to the fullback. They stop him in his track, tried to sneak that fullback loose, and nothing doing.
That changes the sequence, doesn't it? Like, you think first and goal, maybe I can pound this several times, and now you get the loss. Now you got to rethink things a little bit. Do I want to throw the football now? Do I feel comfortable even running the ball? So that was a big stop for this defense on first down.
Trying to barrel in. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. A huge chance for points here on third and goal, and if they can get it in, we might have ourselves a finish. He wants it all. Into the end zone, and it is grabbed for the score, and now they can take the lead with the extra point.
How about that? Coming up big. Less than 30 seconds in the ball game. You need a score, and this offense absolutely responds. Go kick that extra point, take the 7-point lead, and let your defense finish this one off.
He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Motion from the back. Off play action on first down. Swings it out to the flat. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Timeout call by the offense, 24 seconds left on the clock. Looking up top, and time is of the essence. Fires to the tight end. Timeout call by the offense. We have 18 seconds left. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks in a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
Fears the pressure. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. They get the W, and with that being win number 6, looks as if they're going bowling, guys.
And that's a good moment for this squad, right? Like, you start every season, you have big goals. It usually starts with your conference championship and winning a national championship, maybe going to the playoffs. Everybody has different goals, but getting to a bowl is always sweet, and this team's eligible now.
I know the coaches are really happy about this, the AD and the fans, because they know what it means for the program, right? You're going to get those 15 extra practices at the end of the year to help develop young talent. Looking ahead to next season, but that's next season. There's still a lot of football left to go this year. Let's just see how good of a bowl game they can get to.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.